I have failed myself. I told myself that I was going to do X work today and yesterday. I didn't do any of it this past weekend. Yesterday and today's Sunday. Literally nothing. Only the bare minimum that I had to complete. But what really bothers me is that I told myself with the utter confidence that, hey, you are going to do this right when you wake up. It's only going to take you 3 hours Saturday, 3 hours Sunday. You'll be done. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So now it's 10:30. I just forced myself to go to the gym that closes pretty late around me and do a mile swim. So I did that. The reason why is because it's so important for me to stick to my own word. Because once I get into a bad habit of telling myself I'm going to do something and then not doing it, I can easily fall down a rabbit hole of continuously underperforming what I tell myself I will do. And that's happened to me many times in the past. So what I need to do is be very strict. When I tell myself I'm going to do something, I have to do it. I have to. Example, this 1,000-day journey where I said I'm going to post every single day. These past few days, I've had nothing meaningful at all to talk about because I've done nothing. But I'm still making a video because I promised myself I would. And if I don't do that, what other promises that I make, they are utterly worthless. First, you have to stick to your own word before you can start saying it out to the world. And it bugs me so hard because it's not like I was doing anything. I've been doing nothing. And there's been so many opportunities. It's pathetic, Josh. It is pathetic. And then people say, oh, Josh, you're too hard on yourself. Maybe. I just want to live up to my genetic potential. I desperately feel like everything I do is underperformed to what it was. And I have extreme anxiety about achieving the things that I think that I can. So then it just comes down to executing on that, which I enjoy most of the time. I enjoy having groundbreaking discoveries that say, hey, you know what? If I tweak this, I can make more money. That is a great thing that it's possible. At least I know how I can get myself back on track. Whereas in the past, I didn't, and I would fall further down. So now what I have to do is one, get off technology, because that's what really sets me down a doom loop per se. And two, it's doing some sort of very hard physical feat. I'm not a good swimmer. I'm okay, but not good. And so I said, I'm going to swim a mile. I looked it up. I think it said on average, it takes people about 32 minutes. It took me 45 minutes. It was a struggle. Right now, my vision is remarkably blurry. I didn't have goggles, so possibly the chlorine, even just looking at this screen is, or driving home, I was seeing just fuzz. I feel no real satisfaction from doing that, but doing something that is hard makes it easy to, or at least physically hard on my body, makes it easier for me to justify doing something mentally hard. And I don't know why that is. But if I do one thing hard, I can usually do other things. And I know there's going to be some sort of joke you can make out of that. But nonetheless, that's the way that my brain works. And so I have to stick to that. I don't know why. I think this past weekend, people's commented, talking to me, Josh, you're working too hard. Take a break. Take a break, Josh. Why work that hard? There's enjoy the wonders of the world, the entertainment that we have. And I think I got sucked into that. And then I need to realize that's not what I want. That is directly not what I want. The kind of person that I want to be, and who the people that I really, really look up to, that's not what they do. So yes, that is 99% of people should take breaks and do all these things. And there is a time for rest. But for utter disregard for the work that I know I should have done, there's no excuses for that. There isn't. And when I beat myself up like this, it actually does help. Because when you are accountable with yourself, or speaking personally, when I am accountable with myself, when I look in the mirror and I know I did something that I shouldn't have, and I genuinely look myself down at my core and say, dude, you fucking douchebag, why'd you do this? Why, Josh? I can come to a better future conclusion where I put in the results that I know that I should have, because I would have had a better quality of living this weekend if I put in the work that I told myself I was going to, because I would have had different thoughts that spurred and I would have been excited about those thoughts. I know I would have. That's what happens anytime I put in work. I end up getting excited about something. And so I'm very, very fortunate in the position that I'm in, and I'm not going to fuck that up. If you saw yesterday's video, I'm meeting Patrick Bet-David and some extreme business leaders and so many people. And I'm so ridiculously fortunate to be in that position. And a lot of people just think that an opportunity is going to get thrown on their lap. Well, what are you going to do when, quote unquote, some sort of opportunity gets thrown on your lap? The only way is if you're ready for it. And so I need to outperform and outprepare any sort of opportunity. Let's just say Elon Musk's ask you to work for him tomorrow. You meet him and he says, I like your style, dude. Come work for me. What skills do you have that you could provide value for someone like that? Probably nothing. That's the realistic answer. So why would anybody want to give you an opportunity if you have no skills? Genuine question. Because you work hard? Someone that's rich, that does not matter, because they would rather hire the skill. So genuinely, if you don't put in the work before you get an opportunity, you won't know what to do when you get an opportunity. You won't even realize it as an opportunity. And I have so many opportunities at hand. It is insane. Most people don't watch all these videos. Nobody watches any of my videos. So just some recap. In January, I will be moving to Arizona. I'm going to be working with a billionaire. Right now, I'm working with massive business leaders in a lot of different spaces, and I'm helping them grow their social media. And what the goal is to funnel to their products. I only work with people with a great business. And so I'm helping them increase their organic following and then funnel into their paid product. And then I take a percentage of the revenue that I can drive in. And I'm going to be solving the same problems, but for much richer people. Therefore, the compensation on a relative standpoint is going to be much higher, because we're talking about much higher absolute numbers. If you solve a problem for someone that's making $1 million a month and you can get 20% of that, that's a whole lot more than someone who's making $100,000 per month, even if it's the exact same work. And so that I'm trying to do right now. And I'm fucking it all up. But that is done, because tomorrow I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to get everything that I said I needed to get done this weekend in a few hours. Because for me, what I've noticed is efficient work beats anything for me. If I can get 2 hours of hyper efficient work done, that is the same as if I get 12 hours of mediocre work. I can get the exact same amount done, but better. And that's why I have such an issue with people who say, oh, you should be waking up at 4 a.m. and going to bed at 11 p.m. For me, my body, when I push myself to the limits, it needs sleep. It needs that rest recovery. So I am completely fine sleeping 8, 9 hours. And my body wants that, and I'm going to give it. And because of that, I get to work much more efficiently. Whereas if I was only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, because that's what these motivational speakers tell me to do, my quality of work is terrible, because I'm tired and I'm slouchy and I'm like, shit, my body's saying, dude, Why the fuck are you awake right now? You should be resting if you want the quality work that needs to be done. What do professional athletes do? Or a lot of them? They usually eat, sleep, train, sleep, eat, train, so repeat, or whatever. I don't. That was a terrible way of explaining it, but they get a ridiculous amount of sleep because the body needs to recover. The same thing with the mind, and with the body, you need the proper amount of rest. That's so ridiculously important. So I prioritize my sleep over waking up early. If I go to bed late and I fuck up, I usually just give myself a little bit extra time to sleep, and then I just go to bed earlier. That's the goal. Go to bed around, like, what I'm trying to get into the habit of going to bed around 9, waking up around 6. I would love to get that much sleep, maybe 10. That's probably more realistic for me. Go to bed around 10, wake up at 6, work from very deeply from like 6:05 to maybe 9:30, do some of my normal things that I need to do for the people that I'm working with from maybe 9 to 1, go to the gym, do my regular stuff, work from 3 to 6:30, and then just hang out. That's the ideal situation. And that's what I'm going to do this week. Thursday, I will be in Miami, hanging out with Patrick Bet David at some sort of fucking art conference. How cool is that? So it's a big opportunity. Gonna meet some cool folks. I need to stop being a pathetic bitch. I'm sure you know deep down, if you worked as hard as you were supposed to, or if you didn't, maybe you don't care about working that hard. And that's honestly, I think that is completely fine. I don't think many people should want the lifestyle or to live the life that I want to live, because it is wildly stressful. I am hyper stressed all the time. I don't really think of it as stress because I like it. I like the pressure. But there's so much pressure that I have, and that only increases. Like, do you think you'd want to be Elon Musk? Probably not. He probably works 15 hours a day, nonstop. Okay, he's hundreds of billions of dollars. But would you really want to work like him? I mean, I don't know. There's a reason why people who make a boatload of money running businesses make so much money. There is no secret. They just work so much harder than regular, normal people. And that's the kind of person that I want to be. I want to pride myself on working hard and efficiently getting stuff done. Maybe that changes someday in the future, but right now, that is what I'm striving for. We'll see how it goes. I gotta get to bed. It's already about to be 11 o'clock. Goodbye.